Step into the world of secrets and lies. Dive into the hidden tales and whispered truths of betrayal alongside us. In a world where every name carries a story, I am known as Elena. In my heart, I believed I was the embodiment of a devoted wife and a nurturing mother. But on that bright, sunlit morning, as I meticulously adorned the garden for the upcoming celebration, the world around me shifted in an unexpected way. Who could have imagined that a mere act of kindness would stir up emotions long buried within me? How far can they reach, and in what ways can they transform our lives? It all began with a single, accidental touch. A moment so fleeting yet powerful that it sent shockwaves through my life, unraveling everything I thought I knew. Dare to delve deeper if you seek to uncover the thrilling conclusion of this unforeseen twist of fate. Perched precariously on a trembling ladder, I found myself entwined in a dance with the twinkling lights, draping them around our patio as the world below faded into a blur. The sun blazed overhead, casting a golden glow that enveloped the backyard in a radiant embrace of warmth and joy. The anticipation of my daughter Ava's birthday filled me with joy, a thrill that coursed through me, even as the weight of the preparations rested heavily on my shoulders. My husband, Mark, was frequently consumed by his own pursuits, leaving little room for assistance. The ladder swayed ever so slightly beneath me, a subtle tremor that whispered of danger, yet I pressed on, accustomed to these small trials that accompanied my task. "Mrs. Watson, do you require assistance?" The voice resonated with a depth I had long forgotten, and as I turned, a wave of disorientation threatened to sweep me off my feet. Before me stood Nathan, the son of my dearest friend Jessica, a figure who seemed to carry the weight of unspoken stories and hidden truths. "I truly appreciate that," I replied, my heart racing as I carefully descended the ladder. As he stepped forward to steady it, our hands brushed against each other, igniting a spark that lingered in the air. That simple touch ignited a whirlwind of emotions deep within me. "I just arrived and saw you could use a hand," Nathan said, a glint of mischief dancing in his eyes. "That's very kind of you," I replied, guiding him toward the garden, where the rest of the decorations lay in wait, shrouded in anticipation. As we collaborated, an undeniable awareness of his presence enveloped me. His confident, fluid movements captivated me, and each time our hands inadvertently touched, my heart raced with an exhilarating intensity. "How is your journey through college unfolding?" I inquired, attempting to initiate a casual exchange, yet my tone revealed an unspoken curiosity lurking beneath the surface. Amidst the familiar blend of academic pursuits and vibrant social gatherings, a comforting sense of belonging washes over me as I return home. "Everything feels more tranquil here, a stark contrast to the bustling campus," he said, deftly smoothing out the tablecloth as if preparing for something significant. I chuckled, though the sound was tinged with an undercurrent of unease. "Visions swirl in my mind. Every moment without you has felt like an eternity. Ava speaks of you frequently, weaving your name into conversations like a thread in a tapestry, each mention a glimpse into the bond you share." With a light smile, he replied, "Hopefully only good things," momentarily easing the thick tension that hung between us. "Only the finest," I promised him, our gazes locking in a moment that stretched into eternity. In that fleeting instant, I understood that a mere touch and a smile could awaken emotions I thought were lost to time. As twilight approached, elongated shadows crept across the lawn, heralding the arrival of guests, each step echoing with anticipation. The party pulsed with the vibrant echoes of animated conversations and bursts of laughter, each sound weaving a tapestry of joy and connection. Yet, the concealed flame that had flared to life between us during the preparations persisted, weaving an unbreakable bond with unseen strands amidst the throng. As the festivities unfolded, my gaze fell upon Nathan, weaving through the crowd of guests. With a magnetic charm and a laughter that echoed like music, he effortlessly drew everyone's gaze, leaving them captivated and eager for more. Once more, our fates intertwined at the drinks table, a moment charged with unspoken tension. Nathan stood at the heart of the gathering, his voice weaving a tapestry of humor that captivated his audience, each listener hanging on his every word, eager for the next twist in his tale. As his eyes met mine, he halted, a sly smile creeping across his face as he extended a glass toward me. an unspoken secret lingering in the air between us. "Mrs. Watson," he said, a glint of mischief in his eyes, "I've saved the last glass of Ava's favorite drink just for you." "Thank you, Nathan. I think I truly need this," I replied, our fingers brushing once more, and that electrifying spark surged through me. I lifted my glass to my lips, the cool liquid a temporary shield against the heat of my embarrassment, feeling the weight of curious gazes from the partygoers around me. We crept toward a hidden corner of the garden, where the soft glow of dim lights enveloped us, creating an intimate atmosphere that beckoned for deeper conversation. Our laughter echoed like a secret melody, weaving a cocoon around us, shutting out the rest of the party. What secrets lie beneath the surface of suburban life? Surely there's more to it than just parties and home renovations. A laugh escaped me, a surprising wave of ease washing over my being. "Oh, it's a whirlwind of chaos. Choosing paint colors can ignite a thrill like no other," I replied, a smile dancing on my lips. He laughed, a spark igniting in his eyes as they held mine for a heartbeat longer than expected. "It resonates with excitement. Perhaps you crave a thrill," he murmured, his voice a tantalizing whisper that beckoned her closer. Just as I was about to respond, Ava's voice sliced through the thick air, playful yet laced with an undeniable curiosity. "It appears you've enchanted the most significant lady in the room, Nathan," she declared, her words igniting a wave of laughter among the gathered crowd. With a rush of warmth flooding my cheeks, I offered a soft reply. "Ava, you know I've always held a deep affection for your family." My voice danced in the air, yet my heart thundered with a mix of exhilaration and fear. Nathan shot me a fleeting glance, his expression unreadable, before turning to Ava with a smile that hinted at secrets untold. "I'm simply surrounded by the right people, Mom." The entire evening unfolded in a haze of stolen glances and hushed exchanges with Nathan, each moment thick with unspoken tension. Every encounter ignited a pulse of excitement within me, a sensation I fought hard to contain. His question about needing more excitement in my life reverberated in my mind, pushing against the very limits of my comfort zone. As the last echoes of laughter faded and the final guests trickled out, a tumultuous blend of relief and disappointment washed over me. The night unfolded with secrets I had never anticipated. As I bid farewell to Nathan, our hands brushed against each other, a fleeting connection that whispered of unspoken emotions yet to be resolved. His voice, a secret melody, danced solely for my ears. "Good night, Nathan," I whispered, a swirl of guilt and anticipation tightening in my chest. In the aftermath of that party, I struggled to reclaim my ordinary existence, yet the specter of Nathan lingered in my mind, refusing to fade away. Each time I wandered past the garden or caught sight of the twinkling lights we had hung together, the echoes of our fleeting touches and whispered conversations would flood back into my mind, vivid and haunting. The air crackled with chaos. How could I possibly let myself fall for the son of my closest friend? Mark was, as always, consumed by his work, leaving our exchanges confined to the realm of business and the care of Alva. What once was our routine now wrapped around us like a tightening noose, each moment growing more stifling than the last. On one of those restless days, I made the choice to step outside, seeking solace in the familiar embrace of my favorite cafe, hoping to lose myself in the comforting hum of life around me. As I stepped inside, the doorbell chimed a warm welcome, intertwining with the enticing scents of freshly brewed coffee and warm pastries that enveloped me. The cafe stood as a sanctuary, a refuge where I could slip away from the relentless grind of everyday life. As I placed my order for the familiar warmth of a cappuccino, my gaze swept the room, and there in the shadowy corner I spotted him, Nathan, engrossed in the glow of his laptop. "Elena, what an unexpected delight," he gasped in astonishment at the sight of me. With a sweeping gesture, he beckoned me closer, his eyes glinting with unspoken promise. A rush of adrenaline surged through me, and warmth flooded my cheeks, igniting a vivid blush. As I drew closer to his table, I fought to maintain my composure. "Greetings, Nathan. I never thought I'd find you here," I remarked, taking a seat across from him. "Absolutely. I enjoy switching up my study locations. It helps me stay focused," he said, shutting his laptop with a decisive click, his gaze locking onto mine, drawing me into the moment. "Would you like to share a cup of coffee with me?" I raised my cup, a glint of gratitude in my eyes. "I already got mine, but thank you," I replied, the warmth of the moment wrapping around us like a comforting embrace. A soothing silence enveloped us, washing away the remnants of tension from our last conversation, as if the air itself had conspired to bring us peace. Nathan shattered the stillness, inching closer and dropping his voice to a conspiratorial whisper, as if about to unveil a hidden truth. "Elena, you were nothing like the image I had of Mark's wife." His words caught me off guard, sending a jolt through my heart. "What were you anticipating?" I inquired, my voice laced with a blend of intrigue and unease. "I don't know," he replied, his gaze piercing into mine, as if searching for answers hidden deep within. "Perhaps a bit more withdrawn, yet you revealed yourself to be vibrant and captivating." A chuckle escaped my lips, a mix of flattery and a flutter of nerves coursing through me. "I'll accept that as a compliment, Nathan. My gratitude knows no bounds." Our conversation danced effortlessly from one topic to the next, each word weaving a tapestry of connection. Beloved tales, captivating films, cherished aspirations. We delved into topics I hadn't dared to share, even with Mark, for what felt like an eternity. Nathan's keen attention wrapped around me like a warm embrace, his thoughtful responses weaving a tapestry of understanding that drew us closer, igniting a profound connection between us. As the moment to depart approached, Nathan edged nearer, his voice barely above a whisper. "This moment with you, Elena, was truly unforgettable. Perhaps we could embark on that adventure once more?" My heart raced, caught in the whirlwind of emotions, as I grappled with the undeniable pull of this enigmatic attraction. "Yes, I would like that too," I replied, a wave of surprise washing over me at my own honesty. We parted ways at the cafe door, and as I made my way to my car, an overwhelming longing to see him again surged within me. This unforeseen encounter thrust us further into perilous ground, and though the idea of retreating appeared sensible, an unsettling weight made it increasingly hard to turn back. The magnetic pull of the mysterious enveloped me, awakening a vibrant thrill within that had lain dormant for far too long. Days slipped by since that fateful encounter at the cafe, and my heart waged a relentless battle between exhilaration and remorse. The echoes of Nathan's voice haunted me, refusing to allow a moment's peace. Each time I walked past the cafe, a surge of memories would flood my mind, sending chills down my spine, while stirring a deep sense of guilt within me. "This is madness," I whispered to myself, yet beneath the surface, I understood it was far more than mere desire. A sensation surged within me, impossible to dismiss, no matter the repercussions that loomed ahead. On a dreary, rain-soaked day, as I wrestled with a stubbornly frozen computer, a spark of hope ignited in my mind. Nathan's words echoed back to me, his uncanny ability to unravel even the most perplexing technical dilemmas. Without a moment's hesitation, my fingers danced over the keys as I dialed his number. The phone rang, slicing through the silence, and Nathan answered almost immediately, his voice enveloping the caller in warmth and welcome. "Hey Elena, what's going on?" "Nathan, I apologize for intruding," I started, striving to maintain a calm tone. "I'm facing some computer troubles, and I recall you said you have a knack for these things. Could you lend me a hand?" Without a moment's pause, he responded, "Of course, I'll be right over." As he stepped into the room, the atmosphere crackled with an electric tension that was impossible to ignore. Nathan settled into the chair at the computer, his fingers poised above the keys, while I lingered close by, captivated by the assured grace of his every motion. As our shoulders grazed against each other, a jolt of electricity surged through me, igniting a spark of recognition that sent my heart racing. "Just need to tweak a few settings," he murmured, his gaze locked onto the screen, as if the answers lay hidden within its glow. Oh, our faces hovered perilously close, and as I gazed into his eyes, a realization washed over me. Resisting this magnetic pull would be nearly impossible. Our lips collided in a soft yet fervent kiss, a spark igniting as it deepened, revealing the flood of emotions we had kept hidden for so long. As we separated, the air felt thick in my lungs, each breath a struggle against the weight of the moment. "We can't continue this, Nathan," I whispered, my voice quivering, the weight of my words pressing down on me as if I were confessing a truth I had long tried to ignore. "I know, Elena," he murmured, his eyes darting away, unable to meet mine. As we wrapped up the repairs on the computer, An eerie silence enveloped the room. Nathan's departure was swift, and in his wake, a storm of emotions surged within me, leaving me breathless and bewildered. As the door clicked shut, I pressed my back against it, struggling to gather the whirlwind of thoughts racing through my mind. Each touch, each kiss, etched a lasting imprint on my very being, awakening a realization that this was just the beginning of something far more profound. Weeks slipped by like shadows since the party, leaving only echoes of our last encounter with Nathan. I fought to maintain my distance from him, yet his presence haunted my mind, surfacing relentlessly like a ghost in the shadows. As Mark delved deeper into his work, a profound sense of loneliness began to envelop me. As dawn broke and the aroma of breakfast filled the air, my phone suddenly pierced the tranquility with its insistent ring. It was Nathan, the name that echoed in the shadows, stirring a whirlwind of emotions and memories, long buried. "Elena, it's you." His voice enveloped the room, a soothing melody that wrapped around the listeners like a comforting embrace. As I pondered, a thought flickered in my mind. What if we met and shared our words face to face? We must confront the events that unfolded. Conflicted feelings swirled within me, yet I found myself nodding in agreement. "All right, Nathan, let's meet at the Lavender Garden Cafe," I proposed, the thought of the familiar atmosphere wrapping around me like a comforting blanket, a beacon of calm in the storm brewing within. I chose a comfortable, flowing outfit that allowed me to move freely and confidently, drawing attention to every contour. In the mirror's reflection, a confident woman stared back, yet within her, a tempest raged, threatening to break free. In the dim light of the cafe, my gaze fell upon Nathan, who sat alone at a shadowy corner table, lost in thought. As I drew closer, he rose to his feet, his gaze lingering on my attire with an intensity that sent a shiver down my spine. "Elena, you look absolutely stunning," he said, his gaze locking onto mine as I settled into my seat across from him. A warm rush crept across my cheeks, igniting a fire within me. "Thank you, Nathan. What is it that you wish to discuss?" I inquired, attempting to initiate the dialogue with a professional tone. "About us," he replied, his gaze locked onto mine, an intensity in his eyes that sent a shiver down my spine. "My thoughts are consumed by you, a forbidden desire that I can't shake. I need you to understand the depth of my feelings." His confession crashed over me like a tidal wave, and I could feel my heart racing in response. We delved into our emotions, unraveling the depths of our hearts as we contemplated the path that lay ahead. I fought to keep my distance, yet with every stolen glance and whispered word, the invisible tether between us tightened, drawing me irresistibly nearer. As our conversation drew to a close, Nathan proposed we take a walk. We stepped out of the cafe and walked into a peaceful area surrounded by trees and blooming flowers, enjoying the fresh air. The air was thick with the intoxicating scent of lavender, wrapping around us like a soft embrace, transforming our walk into a moment steeped in romance. In a fleeting moment, he paused, his gaze locking onto mine as he reached out and grasped my hand. "Elena, I know this is forbidden, but I can't resist this pull," he confessed, his voice trembling with urgency. His voice quivered, laden with raw emotion. I gazed into his face, where his eyes shimmered with a potent mix of sincerity and longing. In a heartbeat, I drew him near and pressed my lips against his. The kiss ignited with an intensity that spoke of longing and urgency. His hands encircled my waist, drawing me nearer, and I felt his fingers graze the hem of my skirt. Our lips entwined in a mesmerizing, timeless embrace. His words were gentle, and I felt a warmth spread inside me from his kindness. In that moment, I felt a deep sense of connection, as though the world around us didn't matter anymore. Adrift in the fleeting instant. As we finally drew apart, our faces hovered tantalizingly close, our breaths intertwining in the charged air between us. His gaze pierced through me, with an intensity that sent shivers down my spine, making my knees quiver as if they might give way at any moment. "Elena," he breathed, his voice a haunting blend of desire and anguish. "The truth can no longer remain in the shadows. I long to be by your side." My thoughts whirled in a chaotic dance, yet amidst the turmoil, one truth stood resolute. My heart ached with the desire to be with him as well. In this fleeting moment, their lips met, igniting a spark that whispered secrets of the heart. Every moment surged with authenticity, and I found myself unable to suppress the truth of my emotions any longer. "So do I, Nathan," I whispered back, my heart swelling with a tumultuous mix of joy and fear. We stood there entwined in each other's arms, relishing the fleeting moment, acutely aware that daunting choices awaited us on the horizon. In that fleeting instant, nothing else existed, only the intensity of our emotions and the undeniable yearning to be united. The following days slipped away in a whirlwind of chaos and uncertainty. Nathan consumed my thoughts, the memory of our kiss lingering like a haunting melody. We fought to keep our distance, yet the pull between us was an undeniable force, impossible to resist. With each encounter, whether by chance or design, every whispered word and fleeting glance deepened the fire of our longing. It was one of those days when a message from Nathan pierced through the mundane silence. "Elena, let's rendezvous in the park, near the weathered fountain that whispers tales of the past. I must speak with you urgently." My heart pounded in my chest, a relentless drumbeat urging me forward, and deep down, I understood that there was no turning back. I selected a delicate ivory dress that embraced my form, accentuating every curve with an enchanting grace. The moment I slipped into that dress, a wave of confidence washed over me, lifting my spirits and making me feel as if I could conquer the world. As I drew near the fountain, I spotted Nathan, already poised and waiting for my arrival. His body was coiled tight with tension, eyes darting with a flicker of anxiety. As our gazes locked, an electric thrill surged through me, rekindling the fire that had once burned so brightly between us. "Elena," he began, his voice quivering with raw emotion. "The truth can no longer remain buried in the shadows. You occupy my thoughts constantly, every single day, every fleeting minute." As I drew nearer, our fingers intertwined, igniting a spark that sent shivers down my spine. His touch sparked a sense of connection that I hadn't anticipated. "Nathan, I can't shake you from my mind," I replied, my eyes brimming with tears. "Yet we must tread with caution. This could shatter everything." He drew me in, our lips colliding in a fervent electric kiss that ignited a fire between us. His hands encircled my waist, drawing me nearer, and I could feel his fingers brush against my skin, a tantalizing whisper through the delicate fabric of my dress. I felt a deep connection, the kind that makes everything else seem unimportant, each one awakening to his touch. "Elena, I want to be with you no matter what," he whispered, his breath warm against my skin as he pulled away from my lips, his gaze locking onto mine with an intensity that sent shivers down my spine. Our feelings surged like an unstoppable tide, impossible to overlook. This kiss was more than a mere spark of desire. It was a realization that our lives were intertwined in a way that made separation impossible. "I share your feelings, Nathan, but we must tread lightly," I responded, striving to uphold a thread of reason amidst the swirling chaos. For hours, we wandered through the park, lost in the magic of the moment, savoring every shared glance and laughter that danced between us. We delved deep into our emotions, confronting our fears and strategizing on how to navigate this tumultuous situation. Each word he uttered, each fleeting glance ignited an insatiable longing within me to be by his side. "Elena, I can't bear the thought of losing you," he confessed, his voice barely above a whisper as we paused at a bench beneath the sprawling branches of a majestic oak tree. "We must rendezvous in the shadows, hidden from prying eyes, until we unravel our next move." The danger loomed large, yet the mere idea of never laying eyes on him again sent shivers down my spine, a weight I could hardly bear. "All right, Nathan, we'll be careful," I replied, my heart a battleground of joy and fear. Our lips collided once more, igniting a fervent kiss that sent shivers down our spines. His hands glided over my shoulders, a soft caress that sent shivers down my spine. His touches ignited a fire within me, a blend of love and desire that was impossible to resist. My fingers entwined around his neck, drawing him nearer, and I could feel the rhythm of his heart echoing my own. These clandestine gatherings transformed into our refuge. We found each other in the park, hidden away in shadowy corners where the world faded into silence. Every one of our encounters crackled with intensity and warmth. We savored each fleeting moment, acutely aware that it could all vanish in an instant. One evening, as we lingered on a bench beneath the vast expanse of stars, Nathan grasped my hand, his gaze piercing into my eyes. "Elena, I need you to hear this. My love for you runs deeper than words can express." His voice, though soft, sliced through the silence, each word embedding itself deep within my heart. Tears welled in my eyes as I gripped his hand tight. "I love you too, Nathan," I whispered, my voice trembling with the weight of sincerity and unwavering resolve. That evening, we lost ourselves in each other's embrace, savoring the comforting warmth that enveloped us. Our kisses were tender yet fervent, each one a profound testament to our love and unwavering devotion. We understood the challenges that awaited us, yet in that fleeting moment, nothing else held significance but the intensity of our love and the burning desire to unite. These clandestine gatherings emerged as a beacon in our shadowed hours. In each other, we uncovered the pieces of ourselves that had long been buried in the shadows of our pasts. Our love was a secret, a flame that burned brighter in the shadows, igniting an insatiable longing to unite. Weeks had slipped by since our last encounter, and each day without Nathan stretched on like an endless void. Our messages and calls wove a fragile thread between us, yet with each passing day, the yearning to see him, to feel his presence, intensified, pulling at my heart like an unrelenting tide. It was one of those days, the kind that felt ordinary at first glance. Mark was immersed in his work, and Ava was off at a friend's house, leaving me alone. Then out of the blue, a message from Nathan pierced the silence. "Elena, I need to see you. Can I come over?" The danger loomed large, yet the pull was irresistible. I responded with a curt affirmation, "Yes, come." My hands shook uncontrollably, and a surge of adrenaline quickened my heartbeat, each thump echoing my rising anticipation. I chose an outfit that made me feel confident and comfortable. With purpose, I chose to forgo any underwear, craving to amplify the thrill of the moment. When I heard the knock, I felt a rush of anticipation, eager to see what would unfold next. I swung the door open and there stood Nathan, his gaze ablaze with an intense longing. Our eyes met for a fleeting moment, a silent acknowledgement passing between us, before he crossed the threshold and shut the door with a soft click, sealing away the world outside. "Elena, you look absolutely stunning," he whispered, his voice a low, husky murmur that sent shivers down her spine. "Thank you, Nathan. I've missed you more than words can say," I replied, warmth creeping into my cheeks. We stood there, locked in a gaze, the air thick with an electric tension that threatened to consume us both. Nathan stepped forward, his gaze locked onto mine as he leaned in, the air thick with anticipation, ready to bridge the distance with a kiss. In that moment, I felt an undeniable connection that made me feel understood and cared for. "Elena, I can't wait any longer," he whispered, his breath warm against my skin as our lips lingered apart, the tension crackling in the air between us. "Neither can I, Nathan," I replied, my knees quaking with an overwhelming surge of desire. His hands gently brushed my waist, a soft gesture that conveyed a sense of closeness. His touch sent a wave of warmth through me, and I felt a deep connection that I hadn't experienced in a long time. As the skirt cascaded to the floor, I caught the spark of desire in his eyes. "You're so beautiful, Elena," he whispered, his voice quivering with an intensity that sent shivers down her spine. Nathan's lips met mine once more, igniting a spark that sent shivers down my spine as his hands deftly slipped beneath my blouse, lifting it away with a tender touch. Our bodies were entwined, and I sensed every caress, every surge of feeling. He whispered softly into my ear, and I felt a warm connection grow between us. "Elena, I want to be with you," he whispered, his voice thick with sincerity and burning passion. "I share that sentiment as well, Nathan," I responded, my voice resonating with conviction and power. We were past the point of restraint, as our bond felt stronger with every passing moment, and I was filled with an overwhelming sense of affection. His movements were steady and kind, showing a deep care and respect for our friendship. Every movement, every breath coursed through me, igniting a profound sense of bliss and happiness that enveloped my very being. Our movements surged with an intensity that ignited a fire within us, enveloping us in a whirlwind of passion that threatened to consume everything in its path. His lips sought mine repeatedly, each kiss a whispered secret of devotion. In that fleeting instant, we surrendered to the depths of our emotions, casting aside all distractions, consumed solely by our passions and yearnings. As we came to a halt, our bodies intertwined, exhaustion washed over us, yet an overwhelming joy surged within. As I gazed into his eyes, a profound sense of love and unwavering devotion reflected back at me, pulling me deeper into an unspoken connection. "Elena, I love you," Nathan whispered, his voice a gentle caress, each word piercing through the silence and embedding itself deep within my heart. "I love you too, Nathan," I replied, my voice trembling as tears of joy welled up in my eyes. We lay there, enveloped in the warmth of each other's presence, fully aware that our love could conquer any challenge that dared to stand in our way. In that fleeting instant, we felt an unbreakable bond, a fierce determination igniting within us to battle for our love against all odds. Days had slipped away since that unforgettable evening with Nathan. Initially, I was enveloped in the intoxicating bliss of our emotions. But as time passed, an insidious guilt began to take root. Mark consumed my thoughts, a relentless reminder of the trust I had shattered. Mark held a special place in my heart, and my family had always been my greatest focus. A wave of realization crashed over me. I had made a colossal mistake, and now I was desperate to set things right. As the night deepened and the world outside fell silent, I knew the moment had come. Ava was tucked away in her dreams, and Mark had just stepped through the door, weary from a long day. It was time for the truth to unfold. I set the table with a simple yet inviting dinner, my heart racing as I mustered the courage to invite him to take a seat. "Mark, we need to talk," I started, my hands quivering with an urgency I couldn't ignore. His eyes widened in disbelief as he took a seat at the table. "What's happening, Elena?" he inquired, his voice laced with deep care and palpable concern. With a deep breath, I gathered my thoughts and began to speak. "Mark, a shadow has lingered between us for far too long. We've drifted into separate worlds, and the ache of your absence weighs heavily on my heart." A colossal error loomed over me, casting a shadow that felt impossible to escape. In a moment of weakness, I found myself entwined with Nathan, betraying the trust we built together. His eyes flared with disbelief, and I could feel the weight of anguish reflected in his stare. He fell into a heavy silence, his mind racing as he absorbed my words. "I understand how difficult this is to accept, and I'm not here to offer justifications. Yet I need you to grasp that it was a fleeting moment of vulnerability. My heart still beats for you, and I am determined to fight for our family." I pressed on, my tears cascading down my cheeks like a relentless storm. "Why, Elena? Why, Elena? What drove you to make that choice?" he inquired, his voice quaking with uncertainty. We drifted apart, the chasm between us widening with each passing day. A profound sense of loneliness enveloped me, leaving me feeling utterly unneeded. In the depths of your relentless work, we drifted apart, lost in the shadows of unshared moments. "A grave error was committed, and I am filled with remorse," I responded, a heavy weight of pain and guilt pressing down on my heart. Mark let out a heavy sigh, his gaze locking onto mine, filled with a profound sadness that seemed to echo in the silence between us. "I share the blame as well, Elena. I failed to offer you the attention you truly deserved. I believe that pouring my energy into hard work was the ultimate sacrifice for our family. Yet in that relentless pursuit, I overlooked the one thing that truly mattered. You," he said, his voice heavy with regret. The air hung heavy with unspoken thoughts as we sat in silence, each of us lost in the depths of our reflections. As Mark stepped closer, his hands enveloped mine, a sense of urgency in his voice. "We need to talk about our problems," he urged, "and find a way to mend what's broken. I can't bear the thought of losing you and our family. Elena, you hold a place in my heart that words can scarcely capture." I nodded, a wave of relief crashing over me like a tide, pulling away the weight of uncertainty. "I can't bear the thought of losing you, Mark. We must embark on a journey to mend our bond and reignite the spark that once united us, I responded, my fingers tightening around his hands. In a moment of desperation, we made the choice to reach out to a family counselor, hoping to unravel the tangled web of our issues and discover the path to resolution. As we began to share more moments, our conversations deepened, unraveling the intricate tapestry of our feelings and desires. Slowly, piece by piece, we embarked on the journey to restore our connection. One evening, as the shadows danced in the living room after a family session, Mark turned to me, his gaze soft yet piercing. "Elena," he said, his voice steady, "I understand why it happened, and I forgive you." The weight of his words hung in the air, a fragile moment suspended in time. We stumbled along the way, but deep down, I know we can rise above this together. My heart is filled with love for you, and my deepest desire is for our family to bask in happiness together. Tears cascaded down my cheeks, but this time they were tears of joy and hope, each drop a testament to the light breaking through the darkness. "I love you too, Mark," I whispered, my voice barely above a breath. "Thank you for understanding, and for being willing to give us a second chance," embracing him tightly. Our relationship didn't transform into perfection in an instant, but the fire of determination burned brightly within us, urging us to fight for it. We embarked on a journey of rediscovery, unearthing joy in the smallest details and cherishing every fleeting moment we shared. Ultimately, we came to understand that the love we shared and the family we built were the very essence of our existence. We faced daunting challenges, yet we emerged not only stronger but also more united than ever before. This experience revealed the importance of cherishing one another and steering clear of past missteps. We understood that greater challenges loomed on the horizon, yet we stood resolute, united in our resolve, hand in hand, fortified by love and unwavering support. Months had slipped away since Mark and I made the fateful choice to begin again. We poured our hearts into mending the frayed edges of our relationship, and with each passing day we unearthed fresh wonders and delights that reignited our connection. In those fleeting moments we shared, we unearthed the depths of our connection, drawing us closer than we had ever imagined. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the world, Mark returned home, weary from the day's toil. In his hands, he cradled a bouquet of my favorite flowers, their vibrant colors promising a moment of joy amidst the fatigue. Crimson petals unfurling in the soft light, their fragrance weaving through the air like a whispered secret, beckoning the senses to linger in their beauty. A delightful surprise washed over me, igniting a warmth that spread through my heart. "Hi, honey," he said, a warm smile spreading across his face as he presented me with the vibrant bouquet of flowers. "Hi, Mark," I replied, accepting the bouquet, and a surge of emotion flooded through me as tears of joy began to well up in my eyes. "Thank you. This is incredibly kind." As we nestled together on the couch, the world outside faded away, leaving only the soothing embrace of warmth and the comforting silence that enveloped us. I leaned into him, his strong arms wrapping around me like a protective cocoon, and in that instant, I understood that this was the moment I had always yearned for. "Elena, I can't express how grateful I am that we've navigated through it all and discovered one another once more," Mark said, his voice brimming with sincerity and deep affection. "Your importance in my life is immeasurable, and I would go to any lengths to ensure our family's happiness." "I share your feelings, Mark," I said, locking my gaze with his. "The past few months have unveiled the depths of my love for you, revealing just how vital our family is to my very being. I vow to stand by your side, unwavering and steadfast, ready to support you in every endeavor that comes your way." We embraced, savoring the heat radiating between us, and I sensed the sweet reward of our shared struggles blossoming into something beautiful. Our love had forged an unbreakable bond, and we realized that together, we could conquer any challenge that dared to stand in our way. The following day dawned with a promise of togetherness, and we resolved to embrace the moments as a family. We ventured to the park for a picnic, a place steeped in memories of my encounter with Nathan. This place now held a profound significance for us, a beacon heralding the dawn of a new chapter in our lives. Ava felt a surge of excitement as the sun rose, promising an unforgettable day in the great outdoors. We tossed the ball under the sun, gathered vibrant flowers that danced in the breeze, and savored the mouth-watering feast that Mark had lovingly crafted. In a fleeting moment, I caught sight of Mark, his laughter ringing out as he played with Ava. It struck me then, this was the essence of true happiness. As the day surrendered to night, we nestled on a blanket, our eyes fixed on the horizon where the sun dipped low, painting the sky in hues of fire and gold. Mark enveloped me in his embrace, and his warmth seeped into every fiber of my being. Elena, I want you to feel the depth of my gratitude for everything we share. You and Ava are everything to me, he declared, his voice thick with resolve and affection. I won't let us drift apart again. I share your sentiments, Mark, I responded, my heart swelling with joy and gratitude. Our journey has been fraught with challenges, yet each trial has forged an unbreakable bond within us, making us more resilient than ever. United, we can conquer any challenge that dares to cross our path. We lingered in each other's arms, captivated by the fiery hues of the sunset, our hearts thrumming together in perfect harmony. In that instant, we stood on the precipice of transformation, a new chapter unfurling before us, brimming with love and the promise of hope. We stood on the precipice of the unknown, aware that fresh trials loomed ahead. Yet, united in our resolve, we braced ourselves to confront whatever came our way, our hearts intertwined in unwavering support and love. In a world where forgiveness weaves through the fabric of love, the unbreakable bonds of family emerge as a powerful force, guiding hearts through trials and tribulations. In the depths of despair, we discovered a flicker of hope, a beacon that promised illumination if we dared to battle for the things we cherished most. United as one, our family had forged an unbreakable bond, prepared to face the unknown. With unwavering resolve, we embraced the challenges ahead, confident that together, we could conquer any obstacle that dared to stand in our way.